fourth graders, Miss Knight here again, and we're going to learn about area. We have been studying multiplication and geometry, and area brings the two together perfectly. So our target for today is I can multiply to find the area. Let's look at a quadrilateral first. It has an area of 144 units squared. Think about what the dimensions would be. What do you picture? You might picture a 12 by 12, possibly a 48 by 3, or an 18 by 8. All of those have the same area of 144 square units, but they all have different dimensions. Now we could lay out tiles and build it because that's what we're used to, but we also have something else in our tool belt. We have multiplication. If we know the dimensions, we can use multiplication algorithm to solve for the area. So let's look at this first one. We would just do 48 times 3, right? We wouldn't have to lay out all those tens pieces. We could do 8 times 3 is 24, the 2 up here, and 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. That gives us 144 square units, right? Let's look at 18 times 8. First is we're going to have 8 times 8 is 64, and 8 times 1 is 8, plus 6 is 14, or what we should be thinking about is 8 times 10 is 80, plus 60 is 140, right? That's why it is over here in this number, 24 square units. And 12 times 12, there's that double-digit algorithm that we learned. So we know that 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 1 is 2. So 12 times 24, there's our first step. And then look at this, we're going to have 2 times 1, and 2 times and 1 times 1 again. And so that's going to give us 12 times 10 as 120. And when we add those up, we have 144. All of these, plus more, are a way we can solve for area of a quadrilateral. Let's look at 3 scenarios today where in real life you would use area. And this first one is an area of a basketball court. We need to know the measurements in order to order flooring or see how many people fit in the stand. So we need to know the area of a basketball court. Standard basketball court is 94 by 50 feet. So what's the area? Let's first think about the dimensions of, it's about 100 by 50, right? So we know the dimensions of a basketball court are about 5,000 square feet, but we need to know exact because we don't want to overpay on our flooring. So we're going to break up that 50 into 5 and 10, and we're going to say 94 times 5 times 10 is the area. That makes our algorithm a little more doable when we solve for that. You might want to pause the video and solve for this problem. But for now, we're going to solve it together. 4 times 5 is 20. We carry those 2 tens up here. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 2 is 47. Remember, we're thinking of this as 90 times 5 is 450, plus 20 is 470. And then remember that we also have to multiply that by 10, and we get 4,700 squared. And that's about 5,000. That was about our estimate. Let's look at another one. The standard football field dimensions are 120 yards by 53 yards. And if you want to get technical, it's actually 53 1/3 yards, but we're not going to multiply fractions right now. Save that for next year. So we're going to have 120 by 53 yards, and we want to know the area of the field. And so we're going to take off that 10 again, right? We're going to do 12 times 53 times 10, and we're going to compute the area of this football field together. Now I'd love if you pause the video now and solve it for yourself. Come back when you have an answer so you can fix your mistakes with me. All right, we're going to multiply 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 10 is 30. So we have 36 as our first partial product. Then we're to this 5 tens right here, and we're going to multiply 12 times 5, or 12 times 50. Some of you who know your 12 facts would know that 12 times 5 is 60. Let's see if our answer matches. So 50 times 2 is 100, so we're going to put those 2 zeros and carry the 1 up here. This is 100 up here. And then 5 times 1 plus 1, or 50 times 10 is 500, plus another 100 is 600 there. We're going to add those up and get 636 yards. Now, did this product match my estimate of 100 times 50? 100 times 50 is closer to 5,000. This answer doesn't seem close. What did we do wrong? We forgot to multiply that by 10, right? So we have 636 times 10 is 6,360 yards squared. Wow, that's a lot of yards, a lot bigger than a basketball court. Nice work. Let's save the hardest for last. Let's take a look at the last one. We're looking at a blueprint on this last one. And this is called a hexarite because we have two figures that come together and form perpendicular sides or right angles when they form. And so I have a bedroom and a hallway that I need to buy carpet for. And I'm going to take the total area of the entire hexarite to know how much carpet I need to buy. Why don't you pause the video and try to solve this on your own and come back to me when you're ready to check it. All right, let's take a look at this 13 times 15 first. We know 5 times 3 is 15. Carry that 110 right there. And 5 plus 10 is 50, plus 10 is 60. So we have 65 as the first partial product. Now let's multiply everything by this 110 over here. 10 times 3 is 30. We don't have anything to carry, 30. And 1 times 1 is, or 10 times 10 is 100. Then we're going to add up these two partial products and get 195. We're not done yet. That's only the first product for, it's only the area of the bedroom, right? Let's solve the area of the hallway. We have 17 times 4, so 7 times 4 is 28. Carry the 2. 4 times 10 is 40, plus 20 is 60. 68. Now we have the two partial products for our hexarite, and now all we need to do is add them together. Using give and take, I have 200 plus 63 is equal to 263 feet squared for my area of carpet. Work, fourth graders, thanks for working with me today on area. I look forward to working with you next week on some salmon bridges and a cumulative project for the last week of school. Nice working with you today, fourth graders.